Namaste everyone. Namaste Anil sir.
Stay.
Sir, are we good to begin, sir?
Please.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Greetings to all the attendees. Quoting Brandon Travis, the pursuit of knowledge is never ending. The day you stop seeking knowledge is the day you stop growing. So, with a mission to learn and grow, we welcome the patron, the President Awardee, Dr. Anil Sharma ji, and Fraternity of Educators to the Day 4 of FDP for Primary Teachers, organized by Shikshan Bharati, New Delhi, Kendra, and hosted by Bhavan, Panchkula. In the yesterday's session, we got information about inclusive education and differentiated learning by Miss Mona and Miss Tulsi. We also learned ways to manage stress by Sir Dr. Anil Sharma ji and clarified the nuances related to Bloom's taxonomy by Dr. Anju Tandon. So here we are together to delve into some fascinating concepts that will not only inform but also transform our perspectives and let us grow as educators. So before we begin, let's begin our day with by praying to the Almighty. Over to you, Simple Ma'am.
माँ तू ही भगवती, माँ तू ही कालिका, तू ही है शिवानी मात, शिव की आराधिका। माँ तू ही भगवती, माँ तू ही कालिका, तू ही है शिवानी मात, शिव की आराधिका। तू शिवानी तू भवानी, काल रूप कालिका, तू ही है शिवानी मात, शिव की आराधिका। माँ तू ही भगवती, माँ तू ही कालिका। तू ही ब्रह्म तू ही माया, तू ही आदि तू अनंत, सृष्टि का आरंभ तू है, तू ही माँ सृष्टि का अंत। नित नवीन रूप तेरे, तू वर्णन से अतीत, अग्नि भूमि वायु जल है, तू ही है निहारिका। माँ तू ही भगवती, माँ तू ही कालिका, माँ तू ही भगवती, माँ तू ही कालिका, माँ तू ही कालिका, माँ तू ही कालिका।
That was a beautiful invocation to Ma Kali by Ma'am Jagrati. Sir, with your permission, can we begin with the proceedings of the day?
Please.
Thank you, sir. So as this session, the previous one, the Deepa Ma'am session, talked about the safety and security issues, if they are not taken care of, it actually impacts a lot on the psyche, on the emotions, and the well-being of a human being. So the final session for the day 4 is about health and emotions. SEL, developing healthy identities, managing emotions, and striving for excellence by Ma'am Ridhi Arora. In today's fast-paced and interconnected world, fostering social and emotional skills is crucial for personal and academic success. But sometimes it becomes challenging to manage the social pressure and varied type of emotions a person experiences. So to know about the core component of social and emotional learning, exploring strategies to help individuals bring a strong sense of self, effectively navigate their emotions We have with us the resource person of this session, Ma'am Miss Ridhi Arora. She is a PGT Psychology at Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan Sohan Lal Public School, Amritsar. She holds a master's degree in clinical psychology and is a degree holder of MCA and has 9 years of total teaching experience and 2 years of experience as senior technical support executive at IBM Chandigarh. Ma'am, we are eager to know about the health, mental health, emotions, all from you. Over to you, Riddhi ma'am. Okay, till the time ma'am joins back with a proper audio system, let's try to delve deep into this topic. Like when we talk of managing emotions, like can we have answers in the chat box, dear participants? That I think, like as Anil sir yesterday talked about stress and the different emotions that we come across. How do we manage our emotions when we come across certain challenging times? Like as Deepa ma'am talked about the security issues, if as a teacher or as a mother or a father, we come across this situation, how do you think we can manage our emotion that time? What are our stress busters? I believe if I come across any stressful situation, I can talk to my someone who's very close to me, my friend. So probably that channelizes whatever negative experience I have had. May I know your opinion in the chat box, or we can just unmute yourself till the time Riddhi ma'am is up with her system. Meditation. By sharing. I think sharing is caring, I think. Take a break and meditate. Correct, Charu ma'am. I think meditation, as sir said yesterday, is one of the powerful weapons to fight against so many things that challenges that we come across. Yes, sharing. Spiritual songs, definitely. They really ease our heart out. A glass of water. I also confiding in going for shopping. I think that is the best remedy for, especially for the females. Staying active, connecting with Lord, painting. Yes, ma'am. Deep breathing. Absolutely right. And if I've always over the years, especially during pandemic times, that I felt like as a child, we used to be given this essay on subhe ki sair or morning walk. But I have, personally experienced going in the walk in the morning time. That really relaxes you. That really gives you, answers to so many things. Listening music. Anil Sharma sir has muted. Sir, we would like to hear from you also.
Actually, I was having different opinion. I was asking them about Darwin, the story I have told them. I was asking from them that do the understand what I want to say. I have given them two situations that Darwin was sitting near the window and he used to see what is going outside. Concentrate more on butterflies and plants. And the teacher has said that he is not fit to attend the school and he was thrown out of the school. So
Sir,
my I have asked two questions. Number one is that in this situation, what suppose you are the teacher of Darwin at this time and he is doing like this, what will you do? Number one. Number two is that could the Darwin, maybe the Darwin, if he was allowed to do the school regularly.
yes, do we have any answers from the participants over here?
Any participant who can give the answer, who want to give the answer.
Yeah, Simple ma'am has requested everyone to turn on the videos, please. So I think in today's times, so definitely if we talk of, like, we cannot ignore a child these days, because we as teachers are also, so probably if we had a student like Darwin, we will cater to his needs, emotional and social needs. And we would, if I talk of myself, yes, I would try to reach out to that child.
Okay. Any others who want to share?
Sir, the teacher did not gauge this thing that uh, while he was looking out of the window, वो तब भी उसकी पढ़ाई चल रही थी. He was observing things. Probably जो टीचर उस वक्त पढ़ाना चाह रही थी, he was not interested into that. But the flying of the butterfly, the way it was taking into motion, the flying of the birds, how the trees are moving, वो उसको ऑब्जर्व करके उसका टीचिंग प्रोसेस, उसका लर्निंग प्रोसेस ही चल रहा था. दैट इज व्हाट द टीचर कुडंट गेज एट दैट टाइम, एंड सो शी कमेंटेड दैट ही शुड बी रिमूव्ड फ्रॉम द स्कूल.
दीपिका तिवारी जी, आपने सुना नहीं है, मैंने कहा था कि ही वॉज लुकिंग आउटसाइड to the plants, to the animals, and to the butterflies. So I tell you what happened. You might have, read somewhere that after he was thrown outside the school, he had joined one ship because that ship used to carry material from one place to another place. So he had joined that ship, and in that ship, he has moved from one place to another place and collected many things, many plants, many animal shells, and all that. Because he was interested in nature, so he has collected all the nature related things and finally came back. The name of the ship was HMS Beagle, and he has given a very good theory of natural selection. So it is the beautiful Darwin story that whenever a child is sitting or looking to the outside, next time, see why he is doing so. Maybe that he is the next Darwin in making. So take care of this. So thank you very much.
Namaste, namaste, sir. That is what I just need to share. That even like today, also like these days, if we observe any child doing so, the same question that I place in the chat box, that will be asking the same, that what is actually making him disturbed, that he's not concentrating in the class. So that is what I shared, sir. I thought now my point is like what I want to convey.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Myself, Rajni Srivastava from Bhavan Smeta Vidyashram Bharwari. सर, इस तरह का एक प्रोग्राम आया था, नसरुद्दीन हो जा, उसमें आपको ये बच्चों को स्टोरी लिख के देना था कि आप नेचर से कैसे मोटिवेट होते हैं. तो बच्चों ने बहुत सारे स्टोरी लिखे थे. कुछ बच्चे ये कह रहे हैं हम रोज की तरह बनना चाहते हैं, हम कांटों से घिरे हैं, कठिनाइयों से घिरे हैं, लेकिन फिर भी हम खिले हुए हैं, सुंदर अच्छे स्मेल देते हैं. कुछ कैमल की तरह बनना चाह रहे थे कि वो डेजर्ट में कैसे सरवाइव कर रहे हैं. कुछ ट्री बनना चाह रहे थे, कुछ बटरफ्लाई बनना चाह रहे थे. तो बच्चे ऐसे बहुत सारे स्टोरी लिखकर भेजे थे सर, और बच्चों को प्राइज भी मिला था, नसरुद्दीन होजा प्राइज हुआ था. तो बच्चे नेचर से बहुत कुछ सीखते हैं सर. थैंक यू सर.
Children, not only children, we also learn from nature. No one of us can live without nature. We are the part of the nature. And regularly we are being grown in nature, with the nature. And interesting thing is that we are destroying nature. But still we love nature. There are many things which are very interesting. Very interesting. So anyhow, so thank you very much for the elaboration of the story. So now coming back to that SEL, is she there? Or
Yes,
should we
ma'am.
start our...
That's the same issue, ma'am. Mute yourself. The same issue which is happening.
You are on mute, Ridhi ma'am. Ma'am, I don't have any other device. I don't know why the problem is coming.
So probably till the time it is sorted, uh, sir, what is you feel has been a best practice for you in managing your emotions are the challenges, sir, because we've seen, we have been working with you. We've seen your profile over the years. Definitely, you must have come across so many challenges while you were a teacher.
There is one funda. My funda is, जो होना है वो तो होके रहना है. So leave it on God. खाओ पियो मौज करो. And I mean, to this, I used to meditate to the God that सब कुछ ठीक ठाक हो. जो देखिए, everything is predestined. कुछ लोग बहुत एंथुसियास्टिक होते हैं कि ये तो मैंने कर दिया. ऐसा नहीं है. आप नहीं होते, कोई और करता. There are many who can do better than you. Remember this thing, that you are not the soul. There are many who are more talented than you. There are more who are much intelligent you, but still they are unapplied. So it is somewhere, some power is there. Maybe you can say the God or anything, that he is predestined your events. कि ये होना है, ऐसा होना है, ऐसा होना है, ऐसा. I tell you one very interesting story that most of you will like. I was the principal of Kendra Vidyalaya Gwalior, and there was one lady, HM. She has came to me and she has said, "Sir, I am going to meet my guru. So will you please come with me?" I said, "Madam, मैं गुरु के चक्कर में नहीं पड़ता, मुझे लेने दो." Then he said, "Sir, आपको चलना पड़ेगा. आप you cannot say no. आप मानते हो ना मानते हो, but you have to come with me." She was, a wonderful HM. So I thought, ठीक है, कह रही है तो चलो. So I went with her to Agra, which is a distance of somewhat 200 kilometers, 150 to 200 kilometers from the Gwalior. So we went there and we meet with many people. We met with the guru also. The guru was a lady. And as such, that she was having an aura. And there was a long line, long queue was there. And that HM was the staunch devotee of the guru. So having some special concession. So the guru has called us as a special guest. And she has told me, "What do you want to ask?" I said, "I don't want to ask anything." तो जब पूछना नहीं तो आए क्यों? कुछ तो पूछना चाहते हो. You want to ask your transfer? मैंने कहा, "Yes, I want to ask my transfer." तो ट्रांसफर नहीं होगा आपको. You will not be transferred this year. You will transfer next year. तो मैंने हाथ जोड़े and I used to move with the thanks. Thank you very much. Then she called me and she said, "But this year you will get an award." It was the month of some December. And at that time, there was nothing about the award. So I thought, ठीक है, बोला तो चला, मैं भी चला गया. And I was thinking, मिलेगा कैसे award? None. I had not filled up anything. So after a month, I got a call from Deputy Commissioner's office that you had to fill a form for award. And I have filled up the form. I was filling in the form since so many years. So initially I was reluctant, but I have filled the form. And the same year I have got the award. At that time I was thinking about the Guru. And next year I was transferred to Delhi. So these two predictions he has given me without looking to my date of birth or my horoscope, anything, simply looking to me. And that from that incident, uh, I feel that there is someone who is taking after you. You can say as a God, you can say him as a power, or whatever you want to say, you can say. So your events are written by an unknown power, and every one of you, just think of your past. Sometime you have done those things that you never wanted, but it is done by you because the God has thought that it is you who have to do this thing. So whenever I have more pressure, more tension, then I think of that Guru that who has told me like this. Then I think about the God. अरे जो होना है वो तो होना है. So remember about the God. Have relaxation so that your blood pressure should not increase. Meditate for some time, or if you cannot meditate, lay down in Savasana and relax for some time. You can have a nice soothing music of flute or like so, sitar. And after few minutes, you will be out from that danger level. It is, I had told you a long story. I don't know whether you have enjoyed or not, but Roma Sarkar has said something about the Bhagavad Gita. So tell me specifically what you want to know about the Bhagavad Gita.
Anything, sir. Anything.
Anything.
Yes, sir. Anything.
So, Ruby Sarkar, it's a beautiful, Gita is a beautiful scripture. And beautifully scripture in the sense that a man is asking questions and another man is answering. The questions are less and answers are more. Okay. So one by one, I'll discuss with you. Now, the first is the first lesson that I feel that one should remember from the Gita is that honor existence. Recognize that this earth, this universe is comprising of earth, water, fire, air, space, mind, intellect, and consciousness. These are the things that makes a universe. So honor the existence. Honor that you are a member of this universe. And we are all interconnected. You cannot separate yourself from the entire universe. कुछ लोग कहते हैं ना कि हमें क्या लेना देना किसी से. No, the Gita says that you are interconnected with all these things. That is, I'm again revising, there are 8 elements are there: earth, water, fire, air, space, mind, intellect, and consciousness. This is the first lesson that everyone should learn from the Gita. The second is about peaceful flight. Peaceful fight. See, If you say in the beginning, the first sloka, of Gita says कि भाई हम धृतराष्ट्र पूछता है कि धर्म क्षेत्र कुरुक्षेत्र में क्या हो रहा है, तो उसको बताया जाता है कि भाई धर्म क्षेत्र कुरुक्षेत्र में क्या हो रहा है. And if you read the Gita, which is a piece of Mahabharata, there is a peaceful fight. Peaceful fight in the sense कि सुबह से शाम तक लड़ते थे, रात को फिर आराम करते थे, मिलने जाते थे एक दूसरे से, फिर सुबह शंख बजाते थे, फाइट करते थे. So there was a very, very good, interesting fight. And this peaceful fight is symbolic of that you fight for justice. You fight for the good things, but not hatred. बोलते हैं ना, पापी से घृणा मत करो, पाप से घृणा. So this is the sense of the Gita, that you should engage in life battle with inner peace. Like the Prerna was asking, अभी पूछा था ना प्रेरणा ने, तो you can fight with your life battle only when you are having inner peace. And inner peace will come only when you feel that you are nothing. You are the part of the universe, which is very big, and you are a tiny creature in that. Next is the mind, your mind. Your mind can be friend, your mind can be enemy. Train your mind through sadhana. अदरवाइज आप बैठे हैं, आपका दिमाग तो चंडीगढ़ में घूम रहा है, सेक्टर 37 में कपड़े लेने की जगह में घूम रहा है. It is the nature of the mind to travel all around. You know, कोई भी खराब चीज जो होती है बड़ी अच्छी लगती है. It is the human nature. We all love all such things which are leading to the bad things ultimately. So train your mind to mind your business and not the business of others. And your business is internal peace. So train your mind through spiritual practice. And training is not easy. You cannot train your mind in one day. But a day will come when you can train your mind. So do this practice daily for some time. Your mind will automatically be trained. And as I said, you Gita says about the karma. Karma yoga. Do the good work. Perform action selflessly without any attachment. If you are having any attachment, your actions will be useless. They will say that you are having that type of action because of this attachment. And when you are detached, the liberation will be there. I tell you one very interesting example of one of my HM. The HM was retiring and she has linked to me in the evening. सर कल तो मैं रिटायर हो जाऊंगी, मेरे बाद स्कूल का क्या होगा? मैंने कहा स्कूल का क्या होगा, स्कूल चलेगा, क्या होगा? Sir, there are number of teachers who are not doing their work. They are not sincere. They are not coming to school in time. They create a lot of problems. So the problem seekers will be very happy. So I'm very much concerned about all these things. I said, ma'am, you are retiring. So don't think like so. But next day, she has retired. And after 2-3 days, I got a call from her son that my mother is in hospital. So I inquired and finally I went to the hospital. I met with the doctor. What happened? डॉक्टर कहने लगा मैडम तो डिप्रेशन में चली गई. क्यों भाई, क्या हुआ? डॉक्टर कहने लगा मैडम को लग रहा है कि मेरे बाद स्कूल का क्या होगा. So see the level of attachment, the level of belongingness, which has created a problem for her body. So detach yourself. Nothing is yours. Everything that you have in your possession, if you feel it is yours, you are a foolish person. Nothing is yours. So develop a level of detachment. The moment you detach yourself, you will be more liberated. If you see, many people are there, many saints are there who are having in the name of property, they are having only 2 clothes. That's all. So they are detached. They are only less belonging. If you see the case of APJ Abdul Kalam, when he entered in the Rashtrapati Bhavan, he was with 2 suitcases. One was full of books, second was examining his uniform that was given by the government when he was in DRDO. Uniform and one set personal. Only 2 suitcases that man entered in the Rashtrapati Bhavan and left with the same 2 suitcases. So see, I mean, that person was a president of India and he was so detached. He was not concerned about all these things. All the things, all the gifts received was deposited into the treasury. And I should not say there are many presidents who have taken so many things. So anyhow, so believe in detachment. So this is the Karma Yoga. Next is stop the hurt. Whenever you are hurt, it is the human nature that we feel very happy when we hurt another. It is the human nature. So don't shut down. Explore the situation. And if such case comes, then respond with your wisdom, with the compassion, and understanding the other person. In other words, you can see empathy. Be empathetic. Try to put yourself in the situation of others. And then only you can get true happiness. You know that temporary happiness can be there, but temporary happiness cannot bring happiness for you. They will bring sorrow. True joy that if you want, then you should have permanent happiness. And permanent happiness never changes. It remains same. If you see, there are certain people who are from the sect of Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. They always chant like this, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Take this con people or any other such people. They are highly qualified people. If you have seen many people who are distributing Gita, who are distributing this calendar, and who are distributing the short lectures of their Guruji. They have left everything and now they are doing service only. You might have seen in Janis, there are many Janis. Recently, I have seen that one man was there who was having 398 crores of the worth asset. He has left all the assets, donated everything, and joined adjacent. So why this happens? Because these people have felt that true happiness is there inside. And so, in the thinking of in the light of happiness, they are joining it. You know, this soul has a habit of heal herself if silence is there. You might have seen the many people used to do Maun Vrat. So if you really want to introspect yourself, do Maun Vrat. And you might have seen, some of you are familiar. There's one particular Amavasya, Mauni Amavasya, where the people from morning to evening don't talk anything. They remain silent. So that Mauni Amavasya is a very good time to introspect yourself. I simply, because you have asked me a wonderful question, I'll say you one thing, that spare some time for yourself. Maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Spare time for yourself. You have time for your husband, for your children, for your grandchildren, from your friends, from to Facebook, to WhatsApp. But how much time you are spending with your own, on yourself? See that 30 minutes or 1 hour, that depends upon you. Keep that time exclusively for you. And at that time, sit at one particular place. रोज आपको वहीं बैठना है जहां एक दिन बैठे. Sit at one place, face to the north or east or northeast. These are the this very sacred place, and there you sit, and you have nothing to do. Only initially you have to sit at a place silently for 5 minutes, then 6 minutes, then 7, 8, like this. You can increase the time. Initially, you cannot sit. It is very difficult to sit at one place without doing anything. But after 3-4 days, your mind will be trained to sit at one place. At that time, you think of yourself, what I am, and from where I came and what I am doing, what is my purpose of life. And whatever I am doing, I am not saying that you have to leave the home, but see that living in the home also you can serve the purpose of the life. So what is your purpose of the life, and how much you are doing? Are you doing it honestly? So these are certain questions that you have to ask from yourself. And that is, believe me, that after some time, you will be improved person, a better version of Prerna or Romi Sarkar or Devrata. You will be a better version of that. And our aim of the life should be daily a better version of ourselves. And this is only possible when we analyze ourselves daily for some time.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. I think the technical issues have resolved. So can I start?
Please.
Okay. Um, okay. So, namaskar, everyone present here. Sorry for the technical issues from our end today. And good afternoon, everyone. I welcome all the primary educators to this 5-day faculty development program. My sincerest gratitude to Dr. A.K. Sharma for providing me this opportunity to share my views on social and emotional learning, which includes developing healthy identities, managing emotions, and striving excellence in life. In today's scenario, knowledge, skills, and behavior leads to the holistic development. If any of these factors are missing, then this development is not possible. So today we will discuss about social and emotional learning, developing healthy identities, manage emotions, and striving excellence in life. So our first question arises is that what is social emotional learning and why it is important for kids? So, the social and the emotional learning, it is an educational concept that help kids gain skills in important areas beyond math, reading, and other core school subjects. SEL helps kids identify their feelings, understand and communicate with others, build strong relationships, and make good empathetic decisions. It also focuses on a set of life skills kids need to understand themselves and communicate with others. For instance, SEL teaches kids ways to improve their empathy, emotion regulation, problem solving skills, decision making skills, communication skills, relationships with friends and family, self knowledge, and self control. So, through SEL, kids can gain a better understanding of themselves and of the people around them. They can gain the skills and knowledge that will help them understand their emotions, develop their identities, and set goals. In an important 2011 study, researchers conducted one of the largest and most comprehensive reviews of SEL. They reviewed 213 studies that included 270,000 students and found, among other things, that participating in social emotional learning programs improves students' performances in their classes. It also has lasting impact on students and on school communities. So, some of the important terms we need to know about here are self image, which means the view we have of ourselves, self worth, how much value we have in ourselves, ideal self, who we really wished we were. So, Lewis also theorized that the development of individual self concept has two key components: existential self and categorical self. Existential self includes realization that you exist as separate to others, and categorical self includes realization that you exist as an individual object in the world with distinct properties such as your age, hair color, and gender. So, as we grow older, this component also begins to include psychological traits. So, it is a process through which all young people and adults acquire and apply the knowledge, skills, attitudes to develop healthy identities, manage emotions, and achieve personal and collective goals, feel and show empathy for others, establish and maintain supportive relationships, and make responsible and caring decisions. So, we need to study the SEL core competencies also, which includes self management, self awareness, responsible decision making, relationship skills, and social awareness, in which self management includes regulating one's emotions, managing stress, self control, self motivation, stress management, setting and achieving goals. Whereas self awareness includes labeling one's feelings, one should know what one is feeling about, relating feelings and thoughts to behavior. So we should be able to relate our feelings and thoughts to the kind of behavior one is doing or how we are behaving. Accurate self assessment of strengths and challenges. So one should do the assessment of our strengths and the challenges. Self efficacy, optimism. Then responsible decision making, considering the well being of self and others, one should always think about the well-being of ourselves and other people also which are around us, because the positivity, it will always attract the positivity. Recognizing one's responsibility to behave ethically, basing decisions on safety, social and ethical considerations, evaluating realistic consequences of various actions. So one must be aware about that what will be the consequences of our particular actions which we are doing. Making constructive, safe choices for self, relationships, and school. Choices are very much important for us to make. One should know what kind of choices we are making in our day to day life, because it is going to affect ourselves and our families and the people around us. Then we talk about the relationship skills, which includes building relationships with diverse individuals and groups. Then communicating clearly. One should be clear about what our feelings are about. If it is no, then we should be able to say no. If it is yes, then it should be clear cut yes. Working cooperatively, resolving conflicts, seeking help when it is required. So, the last one is about social awareness, which includes perspective taking, empathy, respecting diversity, understanding social and ethical norms of behavior, recognizing family, school, and community supports. So, can anyone tell me about the difference between the empathy and the sympathy? You can also type in the chat box that what is the difference between the two, the sympathy and the empathy. Okay, so we will discuss about it later on also. So we will be giving you time for this. So now I will play a video in front of you regarding SEL, the social and emotional learning.
There's a lot of talk these days about SEL, social emotional learning. But what exactly is it? Social emotional learning is the process of learning social and emotional skills, and it's just as important as learning reading or math. This learning process is most effective when it begins early and continues through high school. Social emotional skills are essential for success in school, work, and life. With SEL, students learn to manage their own emotions and behaviors, have empathy and show care and concern for others, solve problems effectively, make responsible decisions, and maintain healthy relationships. Students learn to recognize what's happening inside them and to be aware of their emotions, which helps them deal with strong emotions and impulsive behaviors. It helps them stop, take a breath, and think about a situation before acting. Students learn to identify others' emotions and perspectives, which helps them empathize and show compassion, no matter who they are or what their background is. It's not difficult to imagine how this is important in the classroom and in life. Students learn to solve problems in peaceful ways and communicate assertively about what they need or want. This helps them get along with other students and get the help they need from adults. When students learn to make responsible decisions about their lives and their future, things can turn out better. Research shows social emotional learning makes a difference. Students who participate in SEL do better academically, have improved attitudes and behaviors, and act in delinquent or disruptive ways less often. In the United States, students with strong social emotional competence are twice as likely to earn a college degree and nearly 50% more likely to graduate from high school and have a full-time job by age 25. Just as important, students who are socially and emotionally competent have more friends. This means they're more likely to feel connected to school and do well, and less likely to be left out or bullied. Simply put, by participating in social emotional learning, students learn the skills to succeed in every facet of school and the rest of their lives.
So we have seen here about that SEL helps us in managing emotions, have empathy, solve our problems, make responsible decisions, and maintain healthy relationships. So now here we can see a picture where this person is overloaded with a number of questions that I can't do it, I'm not worthy, I must be perfect, I must not make a mistake, I am not good enough, nobody loves me. So many times we feel overburdened and overloaded due to a number of thoughts going on at the back of our mind, thus not able to find the solution to them. Moreover, just don't understand how to channelize our energies to come out of the plethora of problems. So, here we can see the benefits of social and emotional learning, improved academic performance, decreased depression rates, better chance of future success. We can do the stress management very easily. So, we'll also here discuss about the terminology of self concept, that what self concept is all about. So, self concept in psychology, it refers to an individual's self perceived knowledge, beliefs, and feelings about themselves, encompassing elements like self worth, self image, and self esteem. It's formed through experiences, interactions, and reflections, and plays a pivotal role in influencing behavior. And the aspects includes the self concept is an important term for both social and humanistic psychology. Lewis suggests that the development of concepts of self has two aspects, the existential self and the categorical self. This we have already discussed about. So now we'll discuss about the self management in SEL and why is it important. Here, we'll also talk about the self image, which refers to the mental representation or picture that individuals have of themselves, encompassing both physical appearance and personal traits. It's how people perceive themselves and believe others perceive them. Personal experiences, interactions with others, societal standards, media influences can shape this perception. This does not necessarily have to reflect reality. Indeed, a person with anorexia who is thin may have a self image in which the person believes they are fat. A person's self image is affected by many factors such as parental influences, friends, the media, etc. Self efficacy is a person's belief in their ability to complete a task or achieve a goal. It encompasses a person's confidence in themselves to control their behavior, exert an influence over their environment, and stay motivated in the pursuit of their goal. People can have self efficacy in different situations and domains such as school, work, relationships, and other important areas. According to social psychologist Albert Bandura, self efficacy is a key component of the self system, which consists of an individual's attitudes, abilities, and cognitive resources. High self efficacy increases the likelihood of successfully achieving a given task. The one of a kind performance self management's unique role. Understanding the unique role of self management in SEL is like realizing that a balanced meal needs more than just vegetables. You also need proteins, grains, and fruits to make it complete. Self management is a standout performer in the ensemble cast of SEL components. It's the special spice mix that not only stands alone with its unique flavor, but also elevates the taste of the entire dish. So, what makes it unique? Proactive approach, internal locus of control, facilitator for other skills. So, proactive approach includes, unlike some SEL components that react to external stimuli, self management equips children to proactively navigate their thoughts and actions. For instance, it's not just about understanding that someone's feelings are hurt, that social awareness, it's about managing our response to prevent or rectify it. Internal locus of control includes self management, uniquely emphasizes that you have the steering wheel of your emotions and reactions. You are not just a passenger on this ride called life, you are the driver. So we all should have the remote controls of our lives in our hands. Facilitator for other skills thinks of the self management as the foundation of a house. Without a sturdy base, the other rooms like social awareness or relationship skills can't stand strong. By teaching kids to manage themselves, we are setting them up to be better friends, students, and eventually adults. By understanding self management distinct role, parents and teachers are better equipped to offer a holistic approach to child development. This is key because in the grand symphony of SEL, each component has its unique notes to play, but it's self management that sets the rhythm and pace. So now we'll talk about the self-awareness, that what it is exactly. Self-awareness is the conscious knowledge of one's own character, feelings, motives, and desires. It is the ability to reflect on oneself and recognize patterns in one's thoughts, behaviors, and emotions. Through self-awareness, individuals can understand their strengths, weaknesses, and how they are perceived by others. Its types are internal self awareness and external. Internal self awareness is the recognition and the understanding of one's internal states, preferences, emotions, and thoughts. And external self awareness pertains to understanding how others perceive us in various contexts and situations, helping us to navigate social situations. So, we should know that why is the self-awareness important? When we look inward, we can clarify our values, thoughts, feelings, behaviors, strengths, and weaknesses. We are able to recognize the effect that we have on others. People with self-awareness are happier and have better relationships. They also experience a sense of personal and social control as well as higher job satisfaction because they have the transparency of the ideas which are going in their mind. They have clarity in their mind what to do, when to do, how to do. So when we look outward, we understand how people view us. People who are aware of how people see them are more likely to be empathetic to people with different perspectives. So we were talking about the sympathy and the empathy, right? Sympathy is like something is has gone bad with you. Like I'm talking to my friend, so I'm saying this has gone very much bad with you, right? So I'm not placing myself into the position of my friend, but in empathy, I'm actually placing myself into the position of my friend, and I am also crying with him or her and feeling what exactly he's feeling. So this is empathy. Leaders whose self perception matches others' perceptions are more likely to empower, include, and recognize others. So, now we are going to discuss about the benefits of the self awareness. Here, self awareness includes strengthening self. It has a variety of benefits on the individual, like the specifies of each one depends on the individual. Here are some of the examples of common benefits, like it gives us the power to influence outcomes, it helps us to become better decision makers, it gives us more self confidence. So, as a result, we communicate with clarity and intention. It allows us to understand things from multiple perspectives. It frees us from our assumptions and biases, helps us build better relationships, gives us greater ability to regulate our emotions, decreases stress, and makes us happier. So these are some of the benefits of self awareness. We are able to regulate our emotions as well. Like we can't be, very much aggressive in front of our boss. We know we have to regulate our emotions in front of him or her. But if a kid is in front of us, then sometimes we don't regulate our emotions. But it is necessary to regulate our emotions, and we do that according to the situation. So, here we can see this diagram in which self-awareness, it includes a number of steps in which the first one is actualize, in which realization and reality of the discovery. right? Then we have action, then ask, acceptance, and awareness, like building our own mirror. So now, how to become a more self-aware person? It includes envisioning ourselves, visualize the best version of yourself, ideal selves, reflect our hopes, dreams, aspirations, and speak to our skills, abilities, achievements, and accomplishments that we wish to attain. Ask the what questions. Asking the what question puts us into the objective and open space of considering all the factors influencing a particular outcome. For example, instead of why don't I speak up at the meetings, we could ask what were the interpersonal dynamics in the room? What was I experiencing in my body at that time? What happened that caused me to go into my old story of not being good enough? And what can I do to overcome my fear of speaking up? So, we can strengthen our brain with the help of mindfulness also. Mindfulness is a practice, it helps us to be aware of what's going on in our mind, body, and environment. Meditation is one of the few practices that we can insert into our lives, and practicing mindfulness is a wonderful tool for developing greater self control. In which we can also practice deep breathing, name our surroundings, organize our space, draw or paint. So this is all mindfulness all about. We should know, we should be aware about our surroundings, what is going on, and meditation is very much helpful in that. So now I would request all of you to just close your eyes for 2 minutes for this guided meditation. Just close your eyes for a minute.
To this 2-minute meditation, find a comfortable position and allow your eyes to blink closed. Now take a deep breath in and let it go with a sigh. And again, deep breath in and sigh it out. Breathing in again. And as you exhale, let go of any worries, any concerns, any niggling thoughts. With every exhale, allowing any tension to melt away from your shoulders, your neck, your jaw. Just for this moment, letting go of any worries, any concern, knowing that you can always come back and take care of these later. Now settle into this space of ease and comfort, where there's nothing to do except to relax and enjoy this feeling. It's time now to come fully back into your body, feeling relaxed, serene, and ready for whatever lies ahead. Namaste.
So you all can open your eyes. So we all can realize that meditation, it helps us in calming down ourselves, increasing our focus, to think about various solutions, to think about certain things about which we don't get time in our routine. So it is very helpful. So the third point which we are going to discuss about, like keeping a journal. Journaling is a great way to pay attention to what's going on in your private and public self. It will also help you to recognize patterns that either serve you or not. You may use these prompts. What did I do well today? What challenges did I face? What was I feeling? How did I respond? In retrospect, would I have responded differently? What strengths did I use to keep me focused on the best version of myself? What is my intention for tomorrow? So, the next thing which we are discussing in the SEL is decision making process. It includes a number of steps, starting from identifying the problem, then establishing decision criteria, then weighing the decision criteria, then we have to generate the alternatives for that what could be done, then evaluating the alternatives, that whether this alternative would be appropriate to use in a certain situation or not, then choosing the best alternative. We have to see that what will suit according to the particular situation or not, then implementing the decision, and finally evaluating the decision. So these are the 8 steps which we follow in the decision making process. It is a systematic approach to making choices or selecting a course of action among several alternatives, involves several steps. It can vary depending on context, complexity, and significance of the decision. So here's a general overview of the decision making process. So now we'll talk about the relationship skills. Relationship skills are a set of personal and interpersonal skills that help us to communicate, cooperate, and connect with diverse individuals and groups in healthy and rewarding ways. They include communication skills, leadership skills, teamwork skills, emotional intelligence, kindness, respect, openness, and honesty. So, relationship skills are important because they enhance the quality of our relationships, make our relationships successful, enable us to have deep connections and a secure base, and resist negative social pressure and negotiate through conflict. So, these are also a component of the social emotional learning. So, here we can see in this diagram what are important for our healthy relationships. Here we can see that trust, first of all, which includes accepting each other's word, giving the benefit of doubt, then accountability, admitting the mistakes or when we are wrong, accepts responsibility for behaviors and attitude and values. Whatever behavior we are doing, we should be taking the responsibility for that. Then safety, refusing to intimidate or manipulate, respecting physical space, expressing self non-violently. We should be able to express ourselves without any violence. Then honesty, which includes communicating openly and truthfully, supporting each other's choices, being understanding, offering encouragement, listening non-judgmentally, and valuing opinions. Then comes the cooperation, asking, not expecting, accepting change, making decisions together, willing to compromise, win-win resolutions to conflict. So these are the 8 important points for the healthy relationships. So now we'll talk about the social awareness. It is the ability to take the perspective of and empathize with others from diverse backgrounds and cultures, to understand social and ethical norms for behavior, and to recognize family, school, and community resources and supports. So there are a number of concepts of social awareness. It is a crucial aspect of emotional intelligence and interpersonal skills. It involves understanding and empathizing with others, emotions, perspectives, and social dynamics. So here are some of the key components like primal empathy, attunement, empathetic accuracy, and social cognition. So here we can see that primal empathy, it is the skill which allows us to sense others' feelings and through nonverbal signals. Attunement involves actively listening and tuning into another person's showing receptively. Empathetic accuracy includes understanding someone else's thoughts, feelings, and intentions. And social cognition includes grasping how the social world operates. Developing social awareness, it helps us to read the room, consider different viewpoints, and show empathy, ultimately enhancing our interactions with others. So now comes the concept of emotional intelligence. Nowadays, we are talking a lot about it more than IQ, and it is also more important for us to discuss about this topic. So, in emotional intelligence comes the social awareness, which is a critical component of EI. It involves understanding and empathizing with others, being attuned to their emotions, needs, and perspectives, and responding appropriately in various social situations. Socially aware individuals recognize and regulate their emotions and those of people around them. In essence, social awareness helps build strong relationships, effective communication, and conflict resolution skills. Empathy, active listening, and the ability to read nonverbal cues are key aspects of the social awareness. So, now I'll share a video related to emotional intelligence with you all.
Intelligence, also known as EI or EQ, is the brain's ability to see feelings coming and then to use them, listen to what they've got to say, and manage them effectively. People with lots of EI recognize their own emotions and can identify them in others. This allows them to discern between different feelings, adjust their inner states, and communicate better. Perhaps the most relevant model of emotional intelligence was developed by the psychologists John Mayer and Peter Salovey, who defined it in 1990 as the sum of 4 skills: perceiving, using, understanding, and managing emotions. Perceiving emotions is our ability to detect them in faces, pictures, and voices, including in ourselves. It's the foundation of emotional intelligence and makes all other processing of sentimental information possible. Using emotions is the ability to align our hearts with our heads. People who are emotionally intelligent can perceive their changing moods and as a result may change what they do to channel their feelings effectively. Understanding emotions is our ability to comprehend the complex relationships between feelings. It involves recognizing and describing how moods evolve and change over time. Managing emotions is the ability to regulate feelings in ourselves and in others. People who are good at that can control their sentiments, manage their moods, and are able to influence the emotions of others. While some people seem to be naturally gifted with all 4 abilities, others have to work hard on every single one of them. The good news is, most of us can improve our EI through mindfulness, exercises, therapy, and education, and it seems it's worth the effort. Higher emotional intelligence often correlates with higher academic and professional success. This is because our emotions and the way we manage them impact directly on our brain's ability to listen and learn. As Peter Salovey concluded, people in good moods are better at inductive reasoning and creative problem solving. So what do you think? Is emotional intelligence something we can and should try to teach in schools? And if so, how? Tell us your thoughts and experiences of improving your own EI.
Video, we cannot see video. Video we cannot see.
Not visible, ma'am.
So, the video is not visible, sir?
Yes, video is not visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Share screen.
Anyhow, leave it and go to next.
Okay. Okay, so here we have seen in the video of emotional intelligence that how it is more important for us in our lives nowadays, and it helps us to be more successful in our personal and professional lives. So earlier, everybody used to give importance to IQ, but nowadays EQ has been given importance. Some of the questions I would like to ask all of you, you can also type in the chat box the answers or you can speak that what is the difference between sympathy and the empathy? We have already discussed about this. So can anyone tell the answer in the chat box? Yes, anyone who can speak out the answer or tell in the chat box that what is the difference between sympathy and the empathy?
Can I?
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, the difference between sympathy and sympathy is when we feel bad about somebody. Empathy means when we are taking an action. For example, I see a poor child on the street. I feel very bad about seeing his condition. But empathy would be when I go and offer him food, basically taking action. That would be empathy.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
गुड आफ्टरनून मैम.
Yes.
सिंपैथी मीन्स मैम किसी के लिए वो सहानुभूति जताना, और इम्पैथी मीन्स मैम कि उसको समझना, उसके दुख को समझना, फीलिंग्स को समझना.
ओके. अपने आप को उसकी प्लेस पे रख के सोचना कि वो
संवेदना,
क्या
मैम.
फील कर रहा है.
यस मैम, उसके प्लेस पे हम अपने
संवेदना.
दुख में
की
खुद
फीलिंग
रोना.
को समझे.
हाँ जी.
जब हम संवेदना.
यस मैम.
Okay. So the next question is, okay, so here's the answer also, the appropriate answer, that empathy involves feeling that what someone else feels, while sympathy doesn't. Sympathy instead involves understanding someone else's emotions, but from your own perspective. Okay, the next question is, what is self-awareness? Can anyone answer the question? कि self-awareness क्या होता है? What is self-awareness?
Ma'am, to know about our areas of weakness and what are our strengths.
Okay. Any other answer?
नो अबाउट आवर सेल्फ, अपने बारे में अच्छी तरह जानना मैम. हम
तो
अपने
हमें
आप को कैसे समझें.
ओके, सो सेल्फ अवेयरनेस होने से क्या होता है, हम बेटर डिसीजंस ले सकते हैं, राइट? जब हमें क्लैरिटी होती है, देन वी कैन टेक बेटर डिसीजंस इन आवर लाइव्स. So it comes from understanding our actions, thoughts, and emotions and how they affect others. So how can a person improve self-awareness? कैसे improve की जा सकती है self-awareness?
Thinking loudly.
Can you repeat, ma'am?
Thinking loudly about oneself.
Okay. Any other answer?
मैम, हम अपने आप को बेटर तब समझ सकते हैं जब हम दूसरों से भी अपनी कमियों को सुनने का साहस रखते हैं कि हमारे अंदर ये कमी है और हम उसमें इम्प्रूवमेंट करेंगे, और मेडिटेशन भी करेंगे मैम. और बस हम अपनी कमियों को सुनने की साहस रखें कि हमारे अंदर ये कमी है, तो हम अपने में काफी सुधार कर सकते हैं, इम्प्रूवमेंट ला सकते हैं मैम.
सही.
और मेडिटेशन इज बेस्ट वे. मेडिटेशन करना, हम सोचेंगे, मेडिटेशन में हम सोचेंगे कि हमने क्या गलतियां किया है. शांत रहकर हम सोचेंगे अपने बारे में, और मैम अपनी गलती दिखाई पड़ती है. जब हम शांति मन से सोचते हैं तो हमें अपनी गलती दिखाई देती है कि हमने कहाँ गलती किया है.
बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने. सो यहाँ पे हमें 6 तरीके दिए गए हैं जिसमें हमें सेल्फ अवेयरनेस इंप्रूव की जा सकती है. आस्क फॉर द फीडबैक. पहला है कि देन वी कैन आइडेंटिफाई एंड मॉडिफाई एनी इनकरेक्ट व्यूज दैट वी एस्टैब्लिश्ड अबाउट आवरसेल्फ. हमने अपने बारे में कुछ गलत सोचा या किसी और के बारे में सोचा, उसको हम मॉडिफाई करेक्ट कर सकते हैं, जैसे आपने कहा मेडिटेशन के दौरान. देन recognize our strengths and weaknesses. अपनी strengths और weaknesses को पहचानना. Self reflect. This unlocks thoughts and emotions that might otherwise be disregarded. ठीक है, क्या हमारी थॉट्स है, क्या हमारे इमोशंस, क्या सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में क्या चल रहा है, उसको अनलॉक करना, उसको डीप अंडरस्टैंडिंग करने उसके रिगार्डिंग. मॉनिटर योर सेल्फ टॉक. मेक श्योर दैट योर सेल्फ टॉक इज पॉजिटिव एंड दैट वी सेलिब्रेट आवर विंस एंड डोंट ड्वेल ऑन आवर फेलियर्स. हमें पॉजिटिव सोचना है अपनी लाइफ में, नेगेटिव नहीं सोचना है. सेल्फ टॉक हमारी पॉजिटिव होनी चाहिए, पॉजिटिव एफर्मेशन होने चाहिए लाइफ में हमारे, खुद को लेके, हर चीज को लेके जो हमारी लाइफ में चल रही है. देन प्रैक्टिस सेइंग नो. जो काम हम नहीं कर सकते उसको नो कहिए. अगर आप हर चीज को यस करेंगे तब हम खुद एंटैंगल हो जाएंगे अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स के साथ. क्वेश्चन योर डिसीजंस. अपने डिसीजंस को क्वेश्चन करें. एंश्योर दैट एनी डिसीजंस you make are good ones by coming up with 3 reasons as to why you should pursue them. क्यों हमें डिसीजन को परस्यू करना चाहिए. This will allow us to better understand our motives and be confident that you have chosen the best available option. क्या हमने जो डिसीजन लिया क्या वो सही है, क्या वो सब कुछ सही चल रहा है उससे लाइफ में. अगर नहीं चल रहा है उसके ऊपर रीथिंक करें, उसको ऑल्टरनेटिव ढूंढे. अगर सही चल रहा है देन वी शुड कंटिन्यू विद दैट ओनली. सो आई होप दिस इज क्लियर. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज व्हाई डू यू थिंक दैट रिलेशनशिप स्किल्स आर इंपॉर्टेंट. आपको क्यों लगता है कि रिलेशनशिप स्किल्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है हमारी लाइफ में. क्या सिर्फ काम ही इंपॉर्टेंट है, रिलेशनशिप्स इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं होते हैं. एनीवन कैन आंसर.
Ma'am, both are important.
ओके.
Yes.
आजकल हमारे पास पोस्ट होती है रिलेशनशिप्स ऑफिसर एंड डिफरेंट यूनिवर्सिटीज कॉलेजेस. क्यों हमें जरूरत है रिलेशनशिप स्किल्स की.
Make a conducive environment.
Okay. So these are important because they enhance the quality of a relationship. हमारे relationship की quality enhance करता है. Make our relationship successful. Enable us to have deep connections and secure base. And resist negative social pressure and negotiate through conflict. हमें conflict से बचाता है. Good relationship skills हमें हमेशा काम आते हैं. Even in our working, our working becomes smooth. एक पॉजिटिव एनवायरनमेंट बना रहता है. अगर आप क्लाइंट के साथ डील करते हैं, अगर आप पॉजिटिवली उनके साथ डील करें, रिलेशनशिप गुड है तो काम में भी करने में एक स्मूथ फंक्शनिंग होती है, आसानी रहती है. देन रिलेशनशिप स्किल्स आर ऑल्सो कंपोनेंट ऑफ सोशल इमोशनल लर्निंग. ये एक सोशल इमोशनल लर्निंग का एक कंपोनेंट है. आगे हम एक क्वेश्चन और रखेंगे कि आपको क्या लगता है व्हाट इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट टू बी सक्सेसफुल इन लाइफ, ईक्यू और आईक्यू. इमोशनल क्वेश्चन ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है या इंटेलिजेंट क्वेश्चन. क्या इसका कोई आंसर करेगा. एनीवन हु वुड लाइक टू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन. यस. व्हाट इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट टू बी सक्सेसफुल इन लाइफ, ईक्यू और आईक्यू. इमोशनल क्वेश्चन, emotional intelligence या intelligent question. You can also type in the chat box. You can speak up also.
Personally, I feel emotional question.
Okay.
EQ.
And why, ma'am? Why do you think so?
So far we are in this profession, teaching profession. So for us, we have to be very emotionally attached with the children. I feel so.
Okay.
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am.
Ma'am, both are important, ma'am. Both are important.
Both are. Intelligence, you need intelligence. It's
कभी हम
without
इमोशनल
intelligence,
भी
so you
सोचते
cannot
हैं
survive.
और कभी हम आईक्यू के अकॉर्डिंग भी सोचते हैं, अपने दिमाग से भी सोचते हैं, कभी इमोशन से भी सोचते हैं. दोनों ही हमारे लाइफ में है.
ओके
Ma'am,
दोनों ही
apart-
important. हाँ जी बताइए मैम.
Ma'am, it is equally to have emotional IQ because nowadays we see many people that are committing suicide who are intelligent because they are not able to control their stress. They are not able to manage their tensions and their life problems, so they're committing suicide. So I believe that emotional intelligence is also equally important. So that was success.
Thank you. Nâng lò mai long một điều hay là tao lạc rồi.
Okay, so my question was what is more important in life to be successful? More important, EQ or IQ? So all of you said both are important, but still we will say EQ is more important. IQ is also important, but EQ is more important because in certain areas, if, for example, a student is not able to secure 100% and he secured 99%, in that case also he is committing suicide. In that case, EQ will help him. For example, a student failed an examination. In that case, EQ will help him. उसको पता होना चाहिए कि अगर एकेडमिक्स में नहीं अच्छा या कम अच्छा हूं या कम नंबर आ गए, मेरे पास और 100 ऑप्शंस हैं, 1000 ऑप्शंस हैं जाने के लिए। लाइफ में कुछ भी बुरा हो गया तो उसमें ईक्यू ही हमें हेल्प करता है। हमारे रिलेशनशिप स्किल्स मेंटेन करने के लिए, हमारे इंटरपर्सनल स्किल्स मेंटेन करने के लिए, इंटरपर्सनल रिलेशनशिप्स मेंटेन करने के लिए हमें ईक्यू ही हमेशा हेल्प करता है। इंटरपर्सनल रिलेशनशिप्स विच वी हैव विद द अदर पीपल। ओके, सो EQ is more important to be successful in our lives. So here are some of the projective techniques which I would like to talk about. So projective technique is a type of personality test in which we offer responses to ambiguous scenes. These are indirect and unstructured methods of investigation which have been developed by the psychologists. So objective of the projective techniques are that these tests are intended to uncover feelings, desires, and conflicts that are hidden from the conscious awareness. By interpreting responses to ambiguous cues, psychoanalysts hope to uncover unconscious feelings that might be causing problems in a person's life. Here we can see जो encircled image है यहाँ पर, you can see that if I give this question to 10 of you people, or I'm giving this question to all of you, that what do you see in this picture? ये किसका रिफ्लेक्शन नजर आपको एनसर्कल्ड इमेज में? वैसे तो देयर आर अ नंबर ऑफ इमेजेस, सो वी ऑल कैन हैव अ डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव रिगार्डिंग दिस इमेज. Somebody will say, okay, I will like to have your responses first, then I will discuss. What do you think there is in the encircled image?
Bat.
Okay, any other response?
Fighter plane.
Okay, any other response? So here none of the responses is wrong, you know. So we all have a different perspective of looking at this image. It could be bat, it could be moth, it could be some plane. So it's all about our creative thinking which is going in our mind, right? So here is the purpose of these projective techniques. So the types of projective tests includes the Rorschach-Inkblot test, then thematic apperception test, draw person test, house tree person test, and the sentence completion test. So in the Rorschach-Inkblot test, so we can see one card at a time and ask to describe what you see in the image, right? Here we have around 10 cards in this type of test, in which 5 are in black and white, 3 are in pastel colors, like one we can see in front of our screen, and 2 are in red, I think, right? So here we can perceive like different things about this image. So what do you perceive from this image? I want your answers. I know there are going to be different answers for this. So none of the answer is going to be incorrect. Just place your views. What do you see in the image? It could be anything.
Aura of a person.
Okay. Any other thing?
A doll or a girl.
Okay, it could be a doll or a girl, aura of a person. It could be bone of a body, right? It could be anything, right? So this,
Person emerging from sea.
okay,
A girl hair.
yes. So all the responses are correct in this case. None of the responses is incorrect because this is the way we think, right? So the thematic apperception test, in this we are asked to look at a series of ambiguous scenes and then to tell story describing the scene, right? Like including what is happening, how the characters are feeling, and how the story will end, right? So here, what do you see? What do you perceive from this image? You can make some short story or 2-3 lines. What do you think about this image? We all will come out with the different answers. Yes.
A bored child trying to study hard.
Okay. So there is a okay guitar, I think, in front of him, of this boy. Yes. Any other thing?
मैम जो चाइल्ड है वो बहुत ध्यान से कुछ सोच रहा है मैम.
Okay. Any other response? So maybe he okay.
About a lyric he would be playing next.
Okay. So all these answers are correct. Maybe he's thinking how to play this guitar. Maybe he's memorizing regarding some of his experiences. He might be playing the guitar with his father, or his father used to play, or anything it could be about, right? So the next is draw a person test. In this type of projective test, it includes exactly what we might imagine. We draw a person, and the image we create is then assessed by the examiner, right? So the test interpreter might look at the factors such as size of the particular parts of the body or features, level of detail given to the figure, as well as overall shape of the drawing. So here it must be drawn in front of the counselor or any teacher if she is going to assess. Then a child is asked to draw a picture of whole person. Questions about the picture are asked to get general interpretation and hypothesis about a child's personality. वो बता सकते हैं इस child की personality कैसी है. इससे हम find out कर सकते हैं what is exactly going into the mind of the child. कई बारी वो अपने emotions नहीं बता पाता. कई बारी subconscious उसके mind में क्या चल रहा है. He is not able to tell that to anyone. तो ऐसी जब हम activities करते हैं उनके साथ, तो समटाइम्स हम बहुत सरप्राइजिंगली बहुत कुछ फाइंड आउट कर पाते हैं उनके बारे में. तो हम ऐसी एक्टिविटीज समटाइम्स रख सकते हैं क्लास में जिसमें हम उनके बारे में और अच्छे से जान सकें, उनकी प्रॉब्लम्स को अंडरस्टैंड कर सकें. हो सकता है कोई चाइल्ड अगर वो नीटली नहीं आ रहा क्लासरूम में, हम उसे जज करने के बजाय कि वो ठीक से तैयार होके नहीं है, उसको डांटना शुरू हो जाए. इससे बेटर है कि हम उससे पूछें कि ऐसा क्यों. मे बी उसकी मदर बीमार हो, मे बी ऐसी प्रॉब्लम्स हम एनकाउंटर करते हैं हमारे डेली हमारे टीचिंग में भी. तो ऐसी एक्टिविटीज रखने से भी हमें बहुत कुछ उनके बारे में जान सकते हैं हम. Then the house tree person test. This type of projective test, we are asked to draw a house, a tree, and a person. Once the drawing is complete, we are asked a series of questions about the images we have drawn. The test was originally designed by John Buck, and it included series of 60 questions to ask the respondent. इतने सारे सवाल उनसे पूछेंगे, इसमें हाउस ट्री और पर्सन वो बनाएगा, तो ऑब्वियसली इसके बारे में हमें बहुत कुछ पता चल पाएगा child के बारे में. So it requires no specific materials and is not standardized at all. The assessor tells the individual to draw a picture of a house, tree, and a person. Once completed, he may ask the individual to tell a story related to each picture, including who, what, where, how, and why of each. So here we can see that the child has made the picture. So we can ask him different questions related to this, right? So maybe we come about his story in this picture, right? So next is the sentence completion test. The respondents are asked to complete an incomplete sentence or the story, like today I am feeling dash because of dash. Today I am feeling low because my parents are not at home. They have gone outside for a party, or it could be anything. So this is how the child is going to reflect his or her emotions through these various tests, these various activities. So thank you all of you for today. So to conclude, I would say that social emotional learning is a vital component of education in today's world. By focusing on the development of social and emotional skills, it equips students with the necessary tools to manage daily challenges, build positive relationships, and thrive both academically and personally. So thank you all for today.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was really wonderful a session. The way you have delved on this concept of self-awareness and the different techniques. Thank you so much, ma'am. May I now request Vasundhara Sharma, ma'am, from BBB Mehta Vidyalaya, New Delhi, to propose formal word of thanks.
Good
Vasundhara,
afternoon,
ma'am, are you
everyone.
there? Yeah, thank you.
Yes, I'm here, ma'am. Good afternoon, esteemed guests and all the participants. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude for your presence and active engagement in today's session on social emotional learning, SEL. It has been truly inspiring to witness the depth of insight and the exchange of ideas that have taken place here. Special thanks to our speaker, Mrs. Ridhi Arora, for her invaluable contribution, sharing her expertise and illuminating the importance of SEL in fostering emotional intelligence, resilience, and overall well-being. I also want to express my appreciation to the organizing team for their meticulous planning and seamless execution of the faculty development program. Let us carry forward the spirit of SEL in our community, school, workplace, enriching life and building a brighter future for all. Thank you once again for your participation and dedication. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vasundhara ma'am. Thank you so much. So that was the last session for day 4. And before we close the session, may I request Simple ma'am to just play the video and pray to Almighty. Thank you, ma'am.
शान्ति अन्तरिक्षः शान्तिः पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतय शान्तिः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्ति ब्रह्मः शान्तिः सर्वं शान्तिः शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सामा शान्तिरेधि शान्तिः 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 Om Shanti.
Thank you, Jagriti ma'am, for this soulful rendition to the Almighty.